All right, eighth graders. So today we're going to go ahead and take a look at our notes for 1-4, which is all on literal equations. So literal equations are equations where the variables represent both known and unknown values. All right, it says to solve a literal equation, we will be rearranging, didn't mean to do that. We'll be rearranging the given equation. Okay, so it says it is transforming the equation into a different order. So for this, what you need to know is that we're just basically rearranging. Sorry, I don't know why that keeps coming up. Rearranging. Okay, so here it says solve for V, solve for H, where V is equal to LWH. So if I have that, I want to get H by itself. So to do this, what I'm going to do is try to isolate my H. So I know if I have V is equal to LWH, technically this means that L and W and H are all being multiplied. Well, to get H by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by L and W, just like an equation, right? So if we had numbers in here, we would know we could get H by itself by dividing whatever L and W were. So to do that, divide by L and W on both sides. So now we have H isolated on the one side, all right? That means V over LW equals H. And in this case, we know that this stands for volume, length, width, and height, but they just want us to solve for H in that case. So here we have H isolated, all right? Let's try this next one. It says AX minus B equals C, solve for X. So to do that, we want to isolate my X. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. I have AX minus B is equal to C. We want to isolate my X. So we know with order of operations, I'm going to add my B to both sides and rewrite. We have AX is equal to C plus B. All right, to get X by itself, we know that AX means multiplication is occurring there. So I need to do the inverse, which is to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by A to get X by itself, which means my final answer would be X is equal to C plus B over A. So essentially what we're doing is just trying to get a variable by itself. This next one, anytime you have a number next to parentheses, that means you need to distribute, right? You guys should know what distributing means. So in this case, before I do that, all right, if I want to get R by itself, I know that this technically means that 4 is being multiplied by everything in there. Well, shortcut, I can divide this side by 4 here, all right? And if I divide over here by 4, then I have to divide the other side by 4. So to do that then, I would get R plus 3 is equal to J over 4. To get R by itself now, instead of adding 3, I'm going to subtract 3. So now I have R is equal to J over 4 minus 3. Final answer. All right. This next one is a little bit trickier. It says solve A is equal to 1/2 H, parentheses, A plus B, solve for B. Well, we know, all right, that the opposite, to get rid of this 1/2, we have to times by the reciprocal. So I'm going to rewrite this. We have A is equal to 1/2 H, A plus B. I want to get B by itself. So to start solving this, I'm going to actually, instead of dividing like we did over here where we divided by 4, I need to multiply by the reciprocal. So if I times this by 2, that 2 over 1 and the 1/2 cancel. So I need to multiply this side by 2 as well. So now I have 2A is equal to, let's see, we have H, A plus B. All right. I'm going to divide both sides by H. All right. Now I have 2A over H is equal to A plus B. I'm going to subtract A on both sides. So you have, sorry, I know this is messy. Where did I put it? 2A over H minus A is equal to B. All right. I know that's all kind of in the corner because we subtracted A on both sides. All right. I'm going to have you guys try 5 on your own. And we're going to go ahead and go over here to number 6. Number 6 says P is equal to 2L plus 2W, and they want me to solve for W. So to do that, what I'm going to do first is subtract my 2L from both sides. All right, so when I do that, those cancel. I have P minus 2L equals 2W. What do I need to do to solve for W? Well, I need to divide everything by 2. So I'm going to write this over here. We end up getting P. Ooh, that won't let me write there. Let's write it right here. We have P minus 2L over 2, okay, is equal to W. I will accept that answer, or some of you might want to rewrite this. Some of you, another answer that I would accept, do it in red, would be P over 2, okay, minus, you might see that, hey, these 2's right here could cancel out, okay, so then I'd be minus L equals W. I would accept either one of those answers on a test. All right, I'm going to have you go ahead and try number 7 on your own. I'll be looking to see that 5 and 7 are done. And then we're going to go ahead and work on number 8 together. So number 8, erase all this, give us some room. Number 8 says, solve 3x plus 2y is equal to 4x minus y for y. Okay, well, I know when I do this, I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 4x from both sides because I want to get y by itself. I want to isolate that y. So if I subtract 4x on both sides, well, look, these have the same term. So I can subtract 3x minus 4x. 3x minus 4x will give me negative x, or negative 1x, plus 2y is equal to negative y. Well, remember, they want us to solve for y, not negative y. So I'm going to divide everything by negative y, or sorry, negative 1. Make that a positive y. So now x minus 2y, right, because a positive divided by a negative gives me a negative, is equal to y. Final answer. All right. So that's literal equations, 1 for notes.